Okay, now the purpose of this video is just to introduce how to make a simple logo in Flash. Here's an example of a logo that I made. And essentially, by making a logo, you'll be able to use the different tools that are available in Flash. So let's go ahead and create a new Flash document. Simple general Flash document here. Okay. Now on the side here, you have all your drawing tools. This is very similar to MS Paint. You have a paintbrush, you have a pencil tool, you have an eraser. You can make different shapes. Now it's very important that you know that when you're making a shape, you have the paint inside and you also have the border. Now if you want to draw a shape without the border, all you have to do here, so this is the border pencil icon, just say that you don't want any borders at all and you'll be able to draw shapes that don't have any borders. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make the same simple logo. In this case I don't want a border, like I said, so I'm just going to select this icon here. That means I don't want a border. I'm going to draw my circle. Now in Flash, we want to be able to move different objects on top of each other without editing the different shapes. So for example, if I wanted to draw a square on top of a circle, in this situation, if I try to take the square off of the circle, it will take out a chunk. This is considered as one giant object and not two different objects. And the reason it does that is because if you draw like a person like this, you want the entire drawing to be one selectable object. Now if you want this object to be different than these objects, what you have to do is you have to group them up. And we do this by selecting the objects that you want to group, go to Modify, and click the Group button. You can also do a shortcut with Control-G. It's a much faster way of doing it. So now that an object has been grouped, you can now bring it on top of other objects without erasing anything that you previously drew. Now you notice that any grouped object will always be on top of a layer of paint. Now if you wanted this little dude to be on top of the circle and square group, you would just go group and create a group, and this group would automatically be on top of this group. Okay, so I'm going to use this to make a simple logo and delete this. Once again, I use the circle tool. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to select this, modify group. Now I'm going to draw a white circle. Okay, I'm going to put it on top. Nope, did not work because this blue circle is a group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go modify group, put that on top. Now for this particular design, I can go and I can select the color here. So I want the same color. I'm going to draw a simple circle, and I'm going to go modify and group. Okay. So as a summary, the giant circle was grouped before the white circle, so it's underneath the white circle, and this blue circle was the latest to be grouped, so it is on top of all the other groups. Another way that you can superimpose objects is by creating different layers, and this is a much simpler way to create layers. What you can also do over here on top is you have different layers. Now I'm going to call this layer Big Blue Circle, just to show you what that means. So I'm going to have a big layer, big blue circle. I'm going to insert a new layer by right clicking and saying Insert Layer. I'm going to call this white circle. And I'm going to make another layer called small blue circle. Okay. Now, right now, this little black ball here shows that we have all these graphics on this layer right here. And this is what we call a blank keyframe. Whenever we have a white keyframe here, we call that a blank keyframe because we don't have any objects on this layer. So what I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this layer. I'm going to select the white circle. I'm going to cut this, click this layer, right click, paste it in place. Okay. Now notice here that this layer, this white circle, is now on top of the big blue circle and the smaller circle that we had initially on this level. So what I'm going to do here is I can actually hide this layer. I'm going to select the smaller circle, cut, and paste this on the top layer. I'm going to click over here on the little X, and now we have our three layers. We have a layer. So you see when I select this small circle, it is on the top layer. When I select the white circle, it is on the middle layer. And when I select the big circle, it is on the bottom layer. Now if I wanted the white layer to be at the bottom underneath, I could drag the layer at the bottom, like so, and it would be behind. This small blue circle, if I wanted it way behind, I could have it behind. Or if I wanted the white circle to be on top, and vice versa. Okay. Now to finish my logo, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of text. I have this text tool right here, and I can just simply write my company name. So I'm going to say U Solutions. Okay. Now if I don't like the font, I can go down over here. I have these different tabs. I have actions, colors, properties. So we want the properties tab. And I can change the color here. If I want it to be red, I can change it to red. If I wanted to change the font size, I could change the font size. I can also change the different fonts. Now I want this to be the same color as my blue circle, so I can simply, select the color by going on top of a color that's already on the canvas. And then I should have my logo like so. A few other things that you can do is you can scale it down. So this is way too big. So I'm going to scale down everything by selecting everything. Now if I select everything at the same time, it will select all the different layers together. If you don't want that to happen, you can lock any particular layer. So if I didn't want the white circle to be selected, I could simply scale everything except the white circle, like so, but I don't want that. And now to export my logo, I will go to the document, go modify document. I want this document to be the size of the design, so I'm going to go dimensions is going to be the content size. Okay. Oh, I must have some kind of I'm going to try again here. Document. Let's write content. No. So for some reason, there's one element here that has something that is the size of the canvas. But that's okay. What I can do is I can just group this all together, and I'm done. So this is how you make a very simple logo using the tools in Flash.